Welcome back everyone to the Perfect Director of Football Challenge. A quick reminder of what happened in the last episode. We finished second place, 1 point behind Juve in what was a very boring January transfer window, unfortunately. We didn't really have a lot of money to spend. We accepted a couple of offers and the players did not actually leave. So, we have a big one on our hands today though, because Rami Azar, our Perfect Director of Football, has £65 million in the transfer budget. So hopefully himself and his world-class scouting team can find us some players, because we already have a lot of aging squad members. A lot of our best players are now in their 30s and it's time to start that revamp, and that's hopefully what we are going to see today. So, £65 million, what can you do for us, Rami? Let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing that's kind of happening, 25th of June, so the transfer window's not actually open yet. We're seeing some rumours about Bosco Sotolo leaving, who is at the minute our only right back. However, there are a couple who have come back from loan now that I've stuck in the first team. So we will see some actual right back cover next season. Well, unless he sells all of them as well. Jose Luis Palomino has had a bid rejected, £2.7 million from Sociedad. He is worth more than that, and he is a better player than that. However, 32 now. It's coming up to time to sell these types of players. And speaking of letting players go, Atalanta, or Rami Azar, has released 33 players. That's going to be fantastic for our wage budget. None of these players I don't think we have ever used in the first team. It's all from the reserves or the under 21s, whatever it is. They're all leaving with immediate effect and now available for free transfers. We have a lot of players who only have 1 year left as well, and a lot of them are players who have a high age now. So it's going to be time to start this revamp ever so soon. We still have 65 million and we have 200k in the wage budget. That's going to help us. But the transfer window is now open and Rami Azar has made his first move. And thankfully, it is for a wing-back. Mert Mulder, who is a 3-star with 3.5-star potential, £20 million from Sassuolo. He's 23 years of age and he's actually quite good, in my opinion. I know he's only a 3-star, but I quite like him. He's 6'2" as well. He's got a bit of a physique on him. He has a fairly consistent performer badge. I like that a lot. He already speaks the language. He's an intelligent player. He has some good mental attributes and great physicals. Runs the ball down the right, gets forward whenever possible. That's perfect for the role that we are using him in that right back. So at 23, he's got some time to go. £20 million is probably a good value. Let's hope they accept it. We also, I've seen Atletico Madrid have approached, and that has been accepted for Bosco Sotolo, a centre-back / right-back. That's the guy who we played right-back last year. It's been accepted, 80% of his wages. They're only paying, and they're paying a monthly fee. And with a good high unused fee, and it's very unlikely they're actually going to use him. So maybe we'll make a little bit of money out of that. We've had a couple of bids come in. Angelino was one of them. It was rejected, however, for £13.5 million. I quite like Angelino. We need to keep him. We only brought him in last year for that full-back role as a backup to Goossens, and because of the role that they play, it's kind of needed that we have a good backup. I think that's what cost us last year for the title in that right-back role. Parma also made a Varnier bid, which has been accepted, £3.1 million. He's a backup centre-back that we barely used, I don't think. 24 years of age. I mean, that's okay. I wouldn't mind selling him for that. He's only worth 2.7 million, so I think that's good. Also, a couple of players have been accepted for loan offers in the youth team. Nothing really to worry about. What is good news is our bid for Matt was accepted, £20 million. This is the wage we are offering, or Rami's offering, £68,000 a week. It is quite expensive, but he is going to be our first team, an important player in that wing-back role. And I think that's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. We've paid a lot worse, I think. Sell-on fee of 5%. Loyalty bonus as well, 6 million. So that's basically, if you don't know what that means, we'll be paying him £6 million if he manages to reach his full contract, and that's like spread across. It's not in one big payment. And we also have an optional contract extension by the club of a year. So that's actually not too bad, because 27, that's 6 years in total we can keep hold of him. By then he'll be 23. We're getting our money's worth out of this player. More offers coming in for some of our players, one of them being Varnier. Again, another offer has been accepted for £3 million, so that's good. And if we take a look at Ryan Cassidy's scouting reports here, There's some big players that we could be taking a look at that I would absolutely love. Now, one of them is, of course, Tanguy Ndombele. Now, we don't necessarily really need a centre midfielder. However, I wouldn't mind him. He is a world-class centre midfielder. He's only 25 years of age, and he is worth an asking price of 64 million. If we sold a player and brought him in, and that was our transfer window, would I be upset? I don't know. But there is... I mean, this guy's also really good as an AMC. We don't really need him, but he has good potential. There's a few players on this list I would not mind bringing in. But our first signing of the transfer window has been completed. He is here. Mert Mulder, £20.5 million. Rami Azar has got his man. B- is what the fans are thinking. So pleased to sign a player of his calibre and importance. His winning presence can only be a positive. So that's quite good. They are happy with that one, as am I. One in, one out. Parma have signed Varnia, £3.1 million. Now, I mentioned how great it would be to bring in Ndombele. We've made a couple of offers here for some youngsters. One being this guy who we can add to the youth teams, which is all well and fine. Maybe we can make a profit on him. However, we've made a huge bid. We didn't go for Ndombele, but Castrovilli, I mean, he is fantastic. And for £32.5 million, he's the same age as Ndombele. He has very similar attributes. He's not quite world class like Ndombele, but he is good. And he already plays in this league. We know he can do it in this league. He's a fairly consistent performer. He has great stamina, great natural fitness, decision makings. Look how good his mental attributes are. Vision, work rate. His technicals are still decent as well. Great dribbling, finishing, fast touch. We play Mazzala. We play that role, and he is fantastic in that role. Great long shots, good passing, technique. This is a signing I can really get behind. 6'2" as well. Great player traits. I am really happy if we manage to pull this one over. Here's their number 10 for Fiorentina. Probably their best player. Hopefully that gets accepted. It does say he could operate regularly in the central midfield as a potential replacement for Sandro Tonali. I don't want to lose Sandro Tonali. I want this man and Sandro Tonali. Now, two big bits of news here. Galini, who is our goalkeeper, has had an offer for Dortmund, £12.5 million. Luckily, we've rejected it because I don't think we have any backup whatsoever. And he is a decent goalkeeper, to be fair, 6'4". I haven't really heard of him before this, but he's 27. We can still use him for a long time. He's good as our number one. We're happy with that. But Castrovilli, the offer has been accepted, and the wage is good. It's a big wage, but it's a good wage for another 5 years as well, with an optional contract extension. It seems like the perfect director of football has finally cracked how to do contract negotiations, because last year, and he was dubious, wasn't he? He was putting in stupid release clauses. He was putting in outrageous contract clauses. I mean, this is quite standard and a good deal for both parties. 91k a week for 5 years with an additional year that's optional for the club. Good goal bonus and appearance bonus. Loyalty is 8.25. That's the only thing I would say that's really high. But even the agent fees, only 500k. That's low. I like that. That's really low. And he has accepted that deal. The world-class midfielder now, according to the media. That's changed really quickly. Gaetano Castrovilli has signed for a fee of £32.5 million. That is exceptional. I am really happy with that. Only a B-? That's a huge player. That's an A in my opinion, Rami. I think that's an A for a signing. Very well done. But it hasn't been long before Rami Azar makes his next move. Just a couple of days' time, and Nahuel Bustos, who I've never heard of before, from Manchester City, 3-star player, £12.5 million. He is a winger / striker, so we would be playing in the striker role. We don't play wingers in our tactic at the minute anyway. He doesn't look great. He doesn't look too fantastic. He is a very consistent performer though, which is obviously a good thing. And is that important matches? He's good in important matches too. He's good adaptability. Okay, he's not bad. He's got really good mental attributes then. Maybe not the best mental attributes that you can see, because off the ball of 9, work rate of 8. Not huge fans of that. He has decent physicals. He wouldn't be a bad backup. Not be a bad backup. He's worth £26 million. So if they do accept that, then that's outrageous. It is their asking price of 14.5. Who did they sign him from? They signed him in their first season. Talares, 4.3 million. This player I've never heard of, so I'm quite baffled, to be honest. But he's had a couple of loan spells, not really lit the world on fire. But Bustos, maybe we'll sign him, the Argentinian player. Now, Bosco Sotelo actually rejected the move to go to Atletico Madrid. And now Sassuolo tried making an offer of £8 million for him. We've already pinched their right back, remember, Mert, and they've tried to steal one that we can use at right back, or they use now at right back. But we have rejected that transfer bid. £8 million. He is worth 7.5. So I'm actually quite surprised that it's been rejected. Maybe we're seeing some value in his age there and think he is a good player going forward in the future. He's not someone I would start at centre back for sure. I think if I were to keep him, I'd only play him in this role. I wouldn't be playing him at centre-back just because his position of 13, I think we can do better than that. Wow, okay, I didn't see that coming. Nahuel Bustos actually rejected the offer that we gave him. Our transfer offer was accepted. We offered a deal of 38k and he rejected it. Which, I mean, is that what he's on now, maybe? No, he's on 25, so we offered 38k until 2026, giving him a 4-year deal. He didn't like the wage, he didn't like the signing fee, and he didn't like the wage after reaching international appearances, which I don't think you'll get many appearances for Argentina, my friend, but there we go. That was your opportunity to play in the Serie A for Atalanta, and you've turned it down. Shame on you. And it seems like Rami also feels the same way because he has moved on from that deal, and we now have a new move for Sadar Azmoun, another player I haven't heard of before, from Liverpool. £15.5 million, so we'll spend a little bit more. I have actually seen this player, I've just never heard of him. I just don't recognise his name, sorry. He has good physicals, he's 6'1", he's a bit of a powerhouse to be honest. Good jump and reach, 14 heading, 14 fit. He's kind of a complete forward. He is kind of a complete forward. His mental attributes are quite lapse. What is he doing at Liverpool? Has he played there? I mean, they signed him for 8.75. He scored goals. He's actually scored goals because 9 of those appearances were starting, 6 are off the bench, and he actually scored 6. He got 2 player of the matches. They haven't played him this season round, so we've made an offer. I mean, he's worth 28 million. Is he? 17 million is the asking price. We've offered 15.5. We have also played a couple of games so far in the league. We won 1, 3-2 against Frosinone, and we lost 1, 3-2 against Napoli. We're mid-table. Oh, and also, John Stones is our top scorer with 3 goals. How does he keep doing it? Don't know. But that bid was accepted. We offered the contract, and we have signed our man. 49k a week. It's quite high for a squad player, I think. Loyalty bonus 2.2. No exceptional clauses there that we can see. Duration 4-year deal for this 27-year-old. That's a good deal, I think. In total, £15 million. Is that too much? A C plus is what the fans make of it. He has some decent attributes, and he gives us something different because he is 6'1". He has good jump and reach. He has good heading, great strength. Well, that's great strength. 11. He can give us something different. He likes to beat the offside traps, plays 1-2s, and likes the ball being played to his feet. So we'll see. We also played another game, 5-0 victory. Castelvili getting a goal there. Batshuayi managed to pick up 2. Cohen and Luis Muriel, because we do have a couple of places free in our squad right now. So this is what the lineup looked like for that game. And we can see, striker-wise, we might be struggling. We've got a couple of players who are out. Ilicic out. We have Malinovsky who is out 2 to 4 months from damaged cruciate ligaments, and Duvan Zapata still injured. So our number 1 man still out injured, and yet we still score 5 goals. We just had an offer which was rejected for Rafael Toloi. Rami has rejected at £8.75 million. 31 years old. We've been using him quite often, to be honest, in this series so far. So I'm kind of glad he did reject it, 5.5. I know he's 31 years of age, but we got John Stones. I want to kind of keep our second best centre-back as well. We've got a good backup options, don't get me wrong, but I think he stands out from the rest. A little bit of gameplay to show you now, viewers. It took us to the 74th minute, but we managed to break Roma down eventually. Luis Muriel plays a lovely ball through to our new man, Azmoun, who scores. Fires it in to make it 1-0. We then left it to the very last minute. The 91st minute, we got Zortea there, who is a youngster from our youth ranks. Plays in Azmoun again, who plays it across. What a ball. Castelvili to Azmoun to Lakai. and we made it 2-0. That was a fantastic goal, a great performance from our man, and Azmoun picking up a 7.8. Rovella, a 7.9. He played amazing for us. Rovella actually did get man of the match as well, 94 passing completion. He looks fantastic now. Playing him as much as I possibly can has really worked out, because now that he is 20 years of age, he looks like what could be a world-class centre midfielder in the future. Remember, we picked him up £4.4 million in the first season. That was our first big transfer that I really enjoyed. Very consistent performer. He's doing absolutely outstanding. Now, I don't usually show you the youngsters that they try and bring in. However, I thought I'd show you this one. He is 20 as well. Fran Gomez is the man. We are paying a little bit of money. I think it's like 500k. He is decent. I know he has a good potential range. We just obviously don't know where that is at. It doesn't quite look like he is going to reach his full potential though. And we don't really have position for him. We're not using wingers. We're not using a cam. It's a bit of a strange one, if you ask me. He can kind of play up top, but he has 5 finishing. And I know I keep saying about it's not all about finishing, but he also has 10 anticipation, composure, 9 decision making. So he is not really a very good striker at all. Now, although we just signed a really good striker and he has scored, that Azmoun guy, Jonas Wind is a man who you might have heard of before. He is touted around the last few FMs as being somewhat of a bargain. We've made an offer for him. He's okay. He doesn't have the best physicals for what I like, but he is 6'3". He is this different breed of striker that Rami Azar seems to enjoy right now. 23 years of age, great heading, great jumping reach. He has a bit of flair about him, and he's 6'3". I mean, he gives us something different. Again, fairly consistent performer. He is susceptible to injuries, though. Can play on the AMC. He has decent passing. He hasn't played a huge amount for Copenhagen since the series has started, to be honest, and that's kind of worrying me. 13 games there, 14 games, and I think he might be one of their best strikers. So I'm wondering why they're not playing him. Good average rating, though, when he has played. The transfer bid, 7.25 million. Will it be accepted? Don't really know. Now, we just had the draw for the Champions League group stage. I don't really know what to make of this group. Trabzonspor, of course, I think, very beatable team. Ajax, though, and Barcelona. Barcelona, of course, is going to be very tricky. They always are. Ajax, I mean, do they have their best starting 11 around still? I mean, they've got Quincy Promes, Gravenberch. I think they might have sold quite a few of their big players, to be honest. That could be good for us. We also have played another game in the league against Lazio, and they've beaten us 2-0. Ross Barkley and Moussa Barra with those goals, which means we are currently sat in 7th place. We have won 3 out of our 5, lost 2, 9 points in total. Inter Milan, though, and Juve at the top haven't dropped a point yet. We have had another bid accepted for a loan deal for Bosco Sotelo, though, this time round to Napoli. So, I mean, they're paying a lot less than what the last one was accepted for. 40% this time round. High unused monthly fee. I don't really know about this, though, considering... How much are we actually paying him a week? We're not paying him that much, to be honest. £6,000. So if he is unused, we make a lot of money, but at the same time, we don't really want him to be unused. We want to use him. A huge game has just taken place, though, and we've continued... Well, we've got back into winning form. Azmoun rises with the goalkeeper, nods it in. I told you, different type of player. Rovella, though, look at this. Again, he gets man of the match, and he scores a free kick. He has been outstanding for us. Castrovili getting in on the action. John Stones there, find himself in that right-back role. What a ball that is. Duvan Zapata, 3-0 in the second half. It was kind of starting to overrun Kievo. We still got a fourth, though, Duvan Zapata from the penalty spot. Decent penalty. They do get a bit of a consolation goal, however, next from a set piece. They find their man there, unmarked in the box. Not great defending. However, let's not put a dampener on the day, viewers. Sandro Tonali whips in a lovely free kick. Again, the keeper is missing. And again, John Stones scores. He keeps on scoring, which is quite remarkable. And if we do take a look at the league, John Stones is actually our top scorer. Yes, I can't quite believe it either. If we go to profile, here he is. Well, for us, you can't actually see him, but we are sat in 5th place there. John Stones is our top scorer. I can't believe it. I think he's on 4 goals, so he might be the same as Lukaku. Is he the same? He is. He's joint 3rd top scorer in the league. Go on, John. And we have signed Jonas Wind. So we are actually becoming a team which nobody's going to want to play against, because we just have huge, big men that we can lump the ball up or just win things from set pieces, we're going to be very hard to beat. I might need to tweak my set pieces a little bit, just so we're aiming for the right people. Aiming for John Stones. And that leads us to this point. We are in the transfer deadline day. So, as a quick look, we have £2.5 million. We don't have a lot in the wage budget, if at all. So it's going to be very unlikely we will make any other signings, but we have spent quite a lot of money, to be fair. I think we've brought in 4 big key players there. And we need to make sure we register Jonas Wind, or we need to take someone out as well from this. So let me just sort this out. Okay, so he signed Fran Gomez. He is now in our Atalanta under-18s, even though he's 20. Don't ask. Satulo rejected Napoli. Okay, we've had another bid here for Palomba. Oh, that's a regen centre-back. Offer made. Oh, we've made another bid. It's a free transfer. It's a nobody, really. I don't know why we are trying to sign him, Rami. What are we doing there? What's the story with that man? He doesn't look like he will improve in anything, but he's signed anyway for our under-19s. Maybe we're lacking some players under-19s. We did let 30 plus players go, but I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was to clear up some wage bill, and instead of signing crap players like this. Okay, it's flying by. Whoa. Oh, we got a little bit of money there. 500k from Kulusevski. That's cool. Are we making another bid for some crap players again? What's happening here? Again, another one for our under-19s. Why did we let everyone go if we're releasing these players here? So I don't know. I don't really know why we're making this happen. Fran Gomez might be going out on loan. That's going to be good. That'll be good for him because we're not going to be using him. So maybe get him out on loan, get some game time, get his value up, sell him on for a profit. That's what I'm all about, Rami. You know that as well as I do. And that has been confirmed. They have sealed that deal. He is going to Crotone for a good loan deal. We're getting the money paid. I don't think we're going to be making any offers, or we're going to have any offers come in that we will be accepting for a big transfer, which is weird. And I kind of... Why are we getting more money again for someone else's signing? Which is, I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong. Another player from Port Vale, Kenil Barrett. Port Vale fans, are you happy with that? I mean, we don't really need him. I don't know why we're making that offer, but there we go. We signed him. Crotone now coming in for Palomba, another centre back. It is just going to be all of these nitty gritty signings for players that doesn't really matter, and that is it. That is it. What a huge deal that is. Wow, that is big. Rafael Leao moving from Milan to Inter Milan. Oh, I don't think many players have done that before in the past. So to round up then, some great transfers that we have made. Personally, Castrovilli is obviously going to be my favourite. £32 million for that world-class centre midfielder. And he started off with a bang as well. 6 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Great average rating. Always involved in the goals that I'm seeing. Mert Mulder. It's going to be really good for us to have an actual right back who can play right back in that wing back role and play a big part in it. He has great attributes, £20 million. It could be seen as quite a lot of money, but I'm fine with it. This one is actually a bit of an underrated one. Sadar Azmoun, £15 million. He's done all right for us. 3 games, two goals already and an assist. A decent average rating. He's going to be a great squad player. Same as Jonas Wind, to be honest. A little bit less money. Whether we're using him as like an impact sub if we're struggling in a game, we're 1-0 down, we need to pump the ball up and play for some set pieces, that's good. On the outs though, only £14 million, not a lot of players left, and all of these were actually already organised before, so we didn't really sell any players, which does leave us with quite a big squad. If you see here, all the players down here, we've actually had to leave out Malinowski to be registered. He is injured for a long time, 5 weeks to 4 months, but he's actually a really good player. Ruslan Malinowski, 29 years of age. He's worth £44 million and he's not even registered to play in the league. We've got Champions League as well. We're probably going to, unfortunately, miss out on a couple of registered players there, which keep them being unhappy. But that's it for today's episode. We're going to see how we do and bring you back in January. And maybe we'll have some money in January if we start selling some players. If not, we'll go towards the end of the season and see how we get on. So thank you very much for watching. A little bit of a longer one, but of course it was a very busy summer transfer window. And I like the busy summer transfer window. Some really good deals there from Rami Azar. What was your favourite? Let me know down in the comments. And I will see you very soon for another one. Bye bye.